Oh my god.
Welcome to Been There, Done That, where we
Oh,
explore relatable situations and validate your pettiness, your hate, and relate to funny situations as well.
I wouldn't call myself petty, but I mean, if you want
I mean,
to,
I wouldn't say the word hate either. Hate's a
I'm
strong
an
word.
amazing person. I have never committed
Okay,
this sin.
so Coffee Creamer, what's your name and where are you from?
The
I'm
lip on this
Coffee
kid.
Creamer. I'm from Florida.
Okay, you're from Florida, and what's your name?
Coffee Creamer.
I thought you said you were from Oklahoma.
Why did I say that?
Okay, moving on. Stealth Slayer, what is
Yo,
your
yo,
name and where are
yo.
you from?
It's Stealth Slayer. You got me all the way from Texas, homie.
Okay, so his
You.
real name is Joseph Garcia, but we'll move on.
We don't talk about that because you got my name wrong. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm going to need you all to look into the segment 1 React channel, where I'm going to post one picture. I would like you to look through the
Hey man,
story
look, I
as
feel
I
like
read it.
you're holding me against my will here, man. You know.
That's the
Is
truth.
that your Reddit handle?
So,
Yeah, is this your Reddit
no,
handle?
no, it's not. These are
No, I don't
videos
believe you. I'm
and
gonna go through your Reddit now.
stories that I've taken through Reddit.
Why would you get stories from Reddit, bro?
I'm trying to do this. Let me do this, man.
Well, hold on. First of all, you already a red flag. It says my fiance and I. We're not married.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat your ass.
I'm
And
just
this
trying to
is
make this as entertaining as possible, bro.
this is not my story, for record. So this first story here, I'm gonna read it out. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that I don't care about her
Wait,
son?
no.
My fiance and I are getting married in a couple of weeks, and we are very excited. The wedding is going to be a childless wedding, which is something that we've previously discussed with our guests, and a few months ago noticed. So everyone with the children had the opportunity to find a babysitter, or leave them with friends, etc. I've had too many nightmare stories about children at weddings, including first-hand experience, and I'm not going to deal with someone's inability to control their toddler.
Are we doing popcorn eating? Do I get to read now?
No,
Are we
no,
doing the popcorn?
no.
You just
My
let me know when I
I
have
want,
to
I want
pop
to
in.
read.
yes, shush. My sister was also involved in the planning part, so she knew about the childless policy. Now, for some reason, she brought up the idea that her son, who's 7, could take care of the rings. I asked her if she forgot about the fact that the wedding is going to be childless. She said she knows that, but since it's my nephew, I should allow him to be there, and she wouldn't feel happy about attending my wedding without him. I was admittedly more pissed than I needed to be, but I stayed firm and said, I don't care if he's my nephew, this wedding is not appropriate for him. Apparently this was too much because now she's extremely mad at me and refusing to join us at all. I don't really understand it. My other relatives also took care of their kids. Why is it a problem with my sister? So, Coffee Creamer, do you think
No.
she's the asshole?
Well, in my honest opinion, weddings are the point of a wedding is for you and your friends to get together to celebrate you, not only just your family and friends to get together to celebrate your, well, marriage. So by saying your family can't come because you don't like their age is just incredibly disrespectful to me. Like,
It's not
shouldn't
only
they-
it's not only disrespectful. I think it's bullshit. Like, hey, I'm gonna get married, but don't bring your kids, especially my nephew. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
like,
you, bro.
But
I can understand if you're like a friend's child, but this is still your family. And your
Yeah.
family should be at your wedding, whether they understand the concept or not. It's still respectful to have your family at your wedding.
okie dokie. For my opinion, in terms of this, it's very
Your opinion
situational.
doesn't matter in this situation. to be honest with you.
This situation, it doesn't sound like this is a adult wedding with adult features. It sounds like it's a very basic wedding. So,
No, look, if they would have said,
personally,
"Hey,
I
don't
think
bring
she's the
your,"
asshole.
you know
I-
what?
I think
What? Oh no,
I-
let me stop you right. Let me stop you right there.
Yeah, I
You're
understand the
saying
point, but-
you're saying an event that's supposed to be friends, family, is she's being an asshole because she wants to include family.
no, I'm saying that the woman who, like, the woman who's planning
Oh
the
no!
party,
Whoa! Now we're saying the woman. Okay.
because in the account it is clarified that she's a woman. But the woman here,
2023, Josh. Come on, man.
the woman here who is getting married, I would say that she's the asshole because it would be kind of rude to exclude your family members because of their age. The only time when I think it would be like necessary would be if you're having like a adult style wedding, if you know what I mean. Because then
Yeah,
you can't have like a 7-year-old
strippers.
getting you can't have a 7-year-old getting a lap dance, right?
Well, I mean, you can, but they'll just go to prison for it.
Okay, yeah, moving on.
Well, I think the problem is like it's not even back to the basic wedding. I understand the concept of not wanting to have kids there, but saying that your family can't come because they are young, that's kind of the part that throws me
Yeah,
off.
that's kind of the part where I'm like, okay, so if they're not gonna go, then I'm not gonna go. So it doesn't even matter.
Exactly. Like, no, I can understand not wanting them to be the ring bearer. That's a completely fair idea.
Yeah.
But
Hey, guys,
just saying you can't have a child there because they're young, especially 7. Like that's the point where they're kind of going to get some discipline, and they would be able to shut up for at least the important.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Okay, guys, just a little important announcement. I thought I lost my vape, but I found it, so it's okay. We're good.
Okay,
old are you?
I'm going to be posting a second image in the
Of
chat.
Of course.
Are
This is
you
a very
guys-
inappropriate image, Josh. Why would you post
Yeah.
this?
Are you guys in real life the same as you are on the internet, or are you different?
Holy fuck.
This is a post from r/teenagers, which happens
Yes,
to be
I
the
saw
most
that.
relevant to how most people act now, as because most people become very immature within their communication and like to talk a big game, but really aren't.
Yeah, Josh is exactly like that, by the way, for all the listeners who are going to listen to this.
How am I exactly like that? Explain.
You tend to be very immature sometimes, man. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie to
yeah,
you.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
man.
That
I
makes
mean,
sense.
you're only 14, so it's okay, bro.
Dude, I'm 16 now.
Oh well. All right.
Well, it's been like
I-
a year. It's been like a year since we played.
Whoa, hold on. Wait. Context, man.
It's been like a year since we played games. Like we used to
There
play
you go.
Siege and shit.
There you go. A little bit of context
Yeah.
it goes a long way, man.
yes. What about you? Well, actually, no. I'm gonna judge you now. I mean, I've never seen you in person, but online, you seem to be pretty much the way I expect you to be. Immature, but funny as all hell, so it makes up for every single bit of it.
Well, you're talking to a guy who has depression, man. So technically, the depression and the funniness mix max, and
Same
a little bit
here.
of the racism it gets in there. So
Yeah, it gets in there and it gives you a fun.
it
Awesome
gets in there and it gives you a good time and it gives you a good laugh.
Yeah, that's the way.
Coffee creamer. I don't know you, but I know you like to cream because you got creamer in your name.
Dude,
so.
nah, you can't say that on the
Oh,
podcast.
you go. Oh, my bad. Well, okay, my bad.
Well,
Whoa.
Josh edit the podcast now. Come on.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Coffee Creamer, do you think that you're the same online as you are in real life?
The only thing that doesn't translate from real life to online is my gambling addiction. I can't control the Discord.
Sorry, but that came out of left field.
You know, man, the gambling addiction is really real, bro. It is
Yeah,
real.
I play poker everywhere I go. I always have a deck of cards on me at all times, no matter where I am.
Bro, is this man Beetlejuice? Oh.
All you gotta say is his name 3 times, and he's like, "I got the cards."
So,
Exactly.
no, in terms of like how you carry yourself online, like in Discord, on games and that, are you the same versus in person? Like,
Oh,
you have
I can
more ego?
I can
or,
automatically say that the way I am on Siege is the exact way I'm in real life.
I'm certainly more confident, but I'm not exactly different. I'm pretty much the exact person in real life.
Okay, so you're pretty consistent, you think?
I think so.
Yeah, like me having personal and first-hand experience with how Joseph is in Siege to how he carries himself in a chill Discord conversation to like FaceTime, I must say, you're a menace.
Who? Me?
You!
There's no way that I'm a menace, bro.
Absolutely.
A menace to society, maybe, but
Yeah, menace to society, menace to your younger sister.
what are you
That's for
talking
sure.
about? All right, hang on, man. Hang on a minute. Now, the menace to my little sister. That's just how brothers are, my guy. Anyone with a sister can relate that younger
Dude.
siblings are annoying as hell.
Okay, context, because this is a podcast, it's family.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that annoying little siblings are annoying as hell because I can't
Okay.
cuss on this podcast. So
We're gonna play chess.
So, in terms of relatable situations, now, Coffee Creamer, do you have any siblings?
Not that I really talk too often now.
Okay, that's sad.
So
Joseph,
wait,
do you,
but
do you
but that didn't answer the question. Do you have siblings?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. Joseph, do you have any siblings aside from your younger sister?
I have 3 other siblings. Yes,
Okay, and how do you interact with them?
I have not met them yet.
Okay, so what about your younger sister that you live with?
That is a pain in my ass.
Okay, and that goes for me too. People who are listening, you can 100% feel validated in the idea that you hate your younger or older siblings. If you like them, then you're a rare oddity, but if you hate their guts and want to beat the crap out of them, don't be afraid. You're just like us. Okay, so we have covered just about the first segment here, and now we're going to be moving on to our sponsor of today's video. Today's podcast is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, one of the biggest mobile role-playing games of 2023, and it's totally free. Currently, almost 20 million users have joined Raid over the last 6 months, and it's one of the most impressive games in its class with detailed models, environments, and smooth 60 frames per second animations. All the champions in the game can be customized with unique gear and changes to strategic buffs and abilities. The dungeon bosses have some ridiculous skills of their own in figuring out the perfect party and strategy to overtake them, and that's a lot of fun.
Can we talk about how I was not expecting you to have a...
Go to the Play
Raid.
Store, click on special links, and you'll get a $50,000 silver crate and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. Good luck, and I'll see you there.
Use code Cloud Chaser for 50% off on your next purchase.
Yes. Okay, moving on to segment 2.
I was not expecting that. I'm here on a podcast. I was like, all right, he's got a different sponsor. No, he pulls out the Raid Shadow Legends sponsor.
Yep. You know, that's where it is, right? That's where it's at.
I mean, I guess Raid Shadow Legends has helped many people.
Yeah, it's helped me get out of my gambling addiction. I'm just joking. Okay, so in segment 2 React, you can go to that channel now. I have posted a picture of
why do I feel targeted on this?
explaining
I feel targeted.
what are your opinions on vapes and vaping, as well as doing drugs.
Do some push-ups.
If we want to live, we can't just ruin our body with a ton of drugs.
Well. Hold on. Okay, so this is a very controversial topic, Josh, and I hate that you brought this up. But not all drugs are gonna kill you. A lot of the drugs don't kill you. So we're gonna go into marijuana because that's the most common. That's the one that everybody uses. Marijuana, everybody says it's gonna kill you. You're gonna get cancer. Okay, but my grandmother, who has always been a marijuana is gonna kill you type of person, ate a 25 milligram THC gummy bear. Keep in mind, this is her first time eating it. She said that she has felt the best that she has in all of her 70-some years of life.
Okay, so that is a very positive outlook on it. What about you, Coffee Creamer? How do you feel about marijuana and drugs?
I think just drugs in general they're just a problem we face. Like, if we want to better ourselves as a society, we can't just sit there and keep doing drugs to escape our problems instead of confronting them face up. If we had, instead of saying, I'm depressed, I'm going to take drugs, and said, I'm depressed, how can I fix this, we would be a lot better society.
No, I agree. I completely agree with you there. If you're depressed, by all means, get up, do push-ups, go to the gym, get some water, do something else besides...
The problem with drugs is that one person does it, the next person does it because the first person does it.
You know why? Because...
nobody does it, we wouldn't have this problem to begin with.
No, because you know what, dude? The biggest, baddest rappers, bro. The rappers are smoking dope. They're snorting coke.
I hate all of them.
So multi-million-dollar rappers are doing marijuana, and everybody's like, fuck, that's cool. I want to do that. And so people who have depression end up doing weed, coke, ecstasy, all that good stuff. It's not good.
Discouraging, we encourage.
Yeah, exactly. So
caution, audience, do not do drugs.
the kids don't do drugs. Stay in school. You do drugs, I will find you and I will hurt you.
Yeah, that's right. Joseph, the guy who goes to the gym, will absolutely rock your shit.
Yo, I went to a gym yesterday.
Yeah, actually,
I went to the gym yesterday too. Actually,
me and Joseph are frequent gym goers. Coffee Creamer, do you go to the gym?
Yeah, my friend's home gym pretty often.
Okay. Well, that was just for clarification. So in terms of my opinion on drugs, I think that they can be pretty neutral opinion on it because of its recreational use. I know quite a lot of people who do drugs, and the stereotype of people who use drugs versus people who don't, it's very black and white. But when it comes to reality, it's extremely gray. A lot of like the most chill, nice people I've ever met in my entire life have been on both sides of it, but I feel when it comes to like just confidence and how they carry themselves in terms of friendliness and being able to pick up a proper conversation, it's the people who smoke a hella amount of weed. And I think that might just me with my, I mean, it's entirely situational because I have a completely different environment. I mean, in Manitoba
Smoke one,
here,
roll one. If you live like this, you're supposed to party. That one verse is gonna set off a lot of people to want to smoke a joint right now.
yeah. But me personally, I think that it's alright for recreational use once you've reached the proper age requirement. But before that, I wouldn't recommend using it.
No, I don't recommend you becoming the age of. Well, you can't stop becoming the age of using drugs. I don't recommend you once you guys get 21 to
It's
start
different here in
using
Canada.
drugs. Okay, well, what's the
18,
age?
18 for
I don't
alcohol
I don't
and drugs.
recommend that you guys start doing drugs. If you guys want to do alcohol's okay in my opinion.
Yes, do
But-
alcohol.
Do alcohol, but in my fairness and all well opinion, I do not encourage anybody to start smoking because it is addicting. I have a vape right now that I am charging, and as soon as I finish this, I am getting rid of I'm getting rid of every single vape that I have because it is a problem.
Exactly.
Good.
So that is first-hand experience of someone who is quite older than me, showing off like how it has affected their life. So people in the audience
Like,
and in my class who do use drugs or vape.
I'm gonna come in from a little serious side. I do struggle with depression and anxiety, and I found that vaping also calms me, but it also kills me. So don't do it.
Yes, that is a very bold and unfortunately sad outlook. But that sadly is just the truth of the situation of the matter. Now, for the next thing that we are going to look at, this is going to be a kind of a little bit of a left turn from the last one. This is just to change the current atmosphere. I'm going to post this picture.
Let's add a little topics from out of left field here. Anybody
Yes.
who's a Warriors fan,
So,
wow,
if
I
you
feel bad for you guys, honestly.
Yes. So if you go into the segment 2 React channel once again, you will see the new picture I posted, and it's someone posting that their girlfriend smuggled a cat into the classroom.
I don't believe that anyone who uses Reddit can get a girlfriend, so I don't think this is real.
Yeah, I think the
guy-
girlfriend part was cap, but I would like to know what is like the most petty or ridiculous thing that you've done in a classroom.
Oh, I have so many. The list goes on.
Okay, fun. I have one. So I was in French. I think my freshman and sophomore years of high school, and I took no time actually learning French. And the teacher was, quite frankly, not the smartest. So oftentimes it just evolved into everyone kind of just cheating while nobody paid. Like she didn't pay attention. So I learned nothing of French in 2 years, and I somehow passed the class. 2 years.
So your petty act was that you just constantly cheated.
Yes.
So
No, check this out, bro.
So, real quick, essentially, that's just out there to validate some of you other people who might use those opportunities to advance yourselves in life. Just know that it's not getting you anywhere. You may be getting a
anybody
proper
who knows,
grade, but
anybody who knows the school education system knows that the school education system is so bad.
Normally,
Yes.
I 100% encourage doing like what is morally a right thing, but in that situation, I don't think I need to know French. I'm in America. I know English. That's kind of all I need to know.
So it's quite situational to the person. But if you've ever cheated on a test or cheated an assignment or possibly done something around someone's back just because they happen to be of less intellect, just know that we're right there with you. We're terrible people as well.
Oh, I'm a good person, I promise.
I wouldn't say terrible people. You're on your own on that one, Josh.
Okay, Joseph, tell me a petty story.
Oh my god. No, this is not petty. This is ridiculous. Like, this is horrible. Now, I know I said I'm not a horrible person, but this teacher absolutely deserved it. So,
Oh god, you shot him?
all right. No.
I was just thinking, so you know, the American education.
Just because I'm in Texas doesn't mean that I shot a teacher, Josh. What the hell, man?
Oh, was it a child?
No, look. Let me finish. Let me explain the story. All right, I'm giving you too many pauses. So, it's my senior year of high school. I got art for last period, you know, and art was a class that I really didn't care about because I am not gonna use art ever once I get out of high school at all. And so I'm in art. We got a substitute, and this substitute, as soon as she walks in, she's like, "Are you supposed to be here? Why are you here?" And I'm like, "I have this class." "All right, sit down." And I'm like, "Wow, okay, that's not a good start for you already," I said. So, and she goes on to say, "Well, what does that mean?" And I said, "Nothing. Don't worry about it. We're good. I'm just gonna sit down, you know." And she's like, "Okay, go for it." So I sit down and whatnot. I'm with my group of kids, you know, I'm with the group of guys that I'm with. Obviously, it's not the right crowd. It was a fun time, but do I regret it? Yes. Now, anybody who's in Josh's class who is not gonna like me for this. But this teacher continued to pester us, and we took it for so long that we said, you know what? We're gonna mess with her. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna make her regret what she did to us. So, in art class, we have all the good stuff. We got clay, we got crayons, we got pencils, markers, paintbrushes, paint. We got all that good stuff. So we wet a big ball of clay and little pieces, and the group of guys that I was with started throwing the pieces of clay at her. And as the clay was hitting her, she would turn around and yell, "Who did that?" All of us laughing our butts off because we're in high school and we didn't know any better. We're like, we don't know. And it goes on 2-3 times that finally the one dude who didn't care at all got the huge clump of clay and just nailed her in the head with it. And she turns around and Hulk smashes a box and she's like, "Who threw that?" And us dying laughing. We were saying we don't know. Got to the point where she had to call the school security, the school cop, and principal, and they had to interrogate everybody. But for us, it was funny, and for her, she didn't like it much. But we never saw her. We never saw her after that. She was never a substitute ever again.
Well, did you get caught? Like, did you get off scot-free?
No, we did not get caught. They pulled me out, and they're like, "Joseph, what happened?" I said, "I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. I was in the restroom. I don't know." She's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay." So then they interrogated everybody else, and everybody else was like, "No, we don't know. So they let us go with that, and we left that day happy as hell because we gave someone what they deserved, in our opinion.
Wow. I must say, that's pretty interesting. I mean, in that situation, I think most immature teenagers would laugh as well. As per my class, probably would as well. Looking at you.
I mean, I think a bunch of your classmates are gonna hate me or hate us because of the story, and that's okay, you know, because
that would just be
because I'm 21 now. I could care less what a bunch of kids think, you know. So
yeah, so
it's like,
honestly, I would say that's pretty screwed up. But understanding what you were like back then and like the ego, I understand that, and I understand that teenagers will act differently, and I hope that validates some of the audience's stupid acts that they've performed as a teenager, because realistically that's just how teenagers act. They're stupid.
I mean, that's just every kid, man. Every kid in Texas, that's how we are, dude. For football, when I played football, we went to the opposing team's field and we completely messed up the turf on their field before the game, so they would mess them up.
That's funny because I did the exact same thing when I played Texas as well. I did that. I when I was playing down in Texas, I did that with my team. It was terrible, but we did it.
No, dude. So look, this is what we did. We went to the field, right? And we were thinking, like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? They're like, we don't want to. We were like, we don't want to spray paint or do anything that because that's vandalism. We don't want to go to jail for that. So we're like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? They said, all right. We went to the store, and we got toilet paper because toilet paper, it's not vandalism. It's not destruction of property or anything like that. Nothing's getting broken. It's just a fun little prank, you know. And so we just put toilet paper up and down their bleachers, and that was about it. We just had toilet paper laying on the bleachers and stuff like that. And we came on the bus the next the next day for the game, and everybody was laughing, including the enemy team. The enemy team found it funny, and it was a good laugh for everybody.
See, that's an example of like a positive hazing, which we don't really see too often anymore. I wish that we would see more high school rivalry stuff like that more.
Oh, dude. in college and Texas, high school rivalries get worse. This team we were just cool with.
Okay, so moving on. Thank you to our second sponsor of the podcast. War Thunder is a free-to-play vehicular combat multiplayer video game developed and published by Gaijin Entertainment. Announced in 2011, it was first released in November 2012. Join now to play on iOS, Android, macOS, Linux, or Windows, or Xbox One, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, Oculus, or Vive. You can join right now and gain 50,000 Silver Lion credits, or 150 Golden Eagles, as well as 2 premium tanks and 2 premium planes. Please join right now off the Play Store and find out.
Why are you laughing so much, dog? What are you doing? You got a sponsor to start talking about.
Okay, moving on to our last and final segment. This is where it gets a little bit real.
Oh my god.
Ooh, actually.
This is where we talk about like the most controversial opinions that people talk about on a daily basis that are extremely relatable.
My god. All right, you transgender people are gonna get upset.
No, it's not. It's not that, Joseph. It's not that. It's not that.
Oh my god!
Stop! Okay. Okay. So we're gonna move on from there. In terms of friendships is a two-way street. Wouldn't most of you agree? Like a proper friendship?
Sure.
Okay.
It should be.
Yes, that's it. That's what it should be. So we've outlined that a proper friendship should be a two-way street. So two-way communication, two-way risk, two-way give. Like, you ask your friend for a favor, they do you a favor. They ask you for a favor, you do them a favor, right? That's how it should be. If you are in a situation where you have fake friends or real friends, like, how would that apply to you? Like, coffee creamer, have you ever been in one of those situations?
Wait, one more time, I'm sorry.
Like, do you have fake friends?
Oh, yes, all of them.
Okay, so in terms of how those social dynamics work, how does it like work?
So everybody I know has betrayed me at some point or another, and I have developed severe trust issues.
Okay, yeah, so that's an extremely common thing that I hear in a lot of people today. It's so hard to be 100% genuine when everyone else is being 100% fake, because you're essentially shrouding yourself in a cover of doubt. You're completely surrounding yourself with people who are just as fake. And when you're in a situation where you have no other option, there is nowhere else to turn, it's hard to get out of that. Joseph, have you ever been in one of those situations?
Dude, so look, I'm going to shorten this up because I'm not going to talk a lot. But I had a group of friends when I was in high school. How many of them do you think I talk to still now?
One.
None of them.
Not even Gabriel or Aaron?
I don't talk to any of them.
Well, I mean, to be fair, most people like lose a lot of their friends once they leave high school.
But this is more of like a fake situation. This is more like people being disingenuous.
No, yeah. No. A lot of them, you didn't know them, Josh. You don't know them 100% in their entirety. But there's a reason I stopped talking to them. And you'll learn that if I leave, there's a reason to it. And I've just stayed away because there was a reason to it. And I'm going to leave it at that. But I talked to one guy in entirety, and he's like a brother to me. And that guy is my buddy Israel in the military.
You know, in my experience, I thought I was ride or die with a lot of people, but you know, after time, I really realized how toxic most of my experiences were, and now I'm just kind of taking my time, spreading myself away because it's the most healthy thing for me. Because now what I'm working on myself. I'm working on my mental mindset, my physical mindset. I'm working on all the health. I'm working on my school. I'm trying to become the best.
The best way you could remember this is fake friends are like shadows, always near you at your brightest moments, but nowhere to be seen at your darkest hour.
Exactly.
That is so cringe. Never say that again.
Yeah.
It's true though. It's true though.
I mean,
when have you had a friend support you at your best?
I've had one, but then they left. They'll support me at my worst. They just randomly left.
Yeah, I've never had a friend properly compliment me, especially when I've actually done something really important.
Yeah, because
I've only ever had people drag me down, because that's just how it is.
So look, in my situation, I was already at my worst, and that's when like they were nowhere to be found. But suddenly I start studying, I start making money, and I start going out more. They want to hang around.
Exactly, that's what it's been like.
I'm like, no, dude, you're not gonna come back, and just because I'm starting to make money, you're not gonna come back. You're not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's why one of the most important things you need to do, everyone for who's watching, is that if you're stuck in one of those situations, either you find a way to fix it by proper communication, which is extremely rare. Those situations rarely ever work out. I would just cut them out completely, because that's really the only way to 100% like help heal yourself, because it's a full genuine restart. If you know that you're in a toxic friendship or relationship or situationship or whatever way you want to characterize it now, the only real way is to find help from either within or self-discipline. So whether that means cutting yourself out and just letting yourself reset, that could mean going to the gym, that could mean eating healthy, that could mean going to therapy, it could mean any number of things. But what's really the most important is caring about yourself. And if you don't care to take that time or even have the self-respect for yourself to remove yourself from those situations, are you really worth saving in the end anyways? I don't really think so. Well, that's just about it when it comes to the third segment. Now we're going to move on.
What the hell?
Josh is rushing this. He's rushing it. He's not spending enough time that he needs to be to cover the subject.
Nah, I have time limits and shit. I mean, it was supposed to be like 25 minutes long. We're at 15 minutes.
I have school tomorrow. I'm kind of tired right now. I can't lie.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. We're finishing this up. So, in terms of conclusionary, we've covered pretty much situations where you've been petty, situations where you've done something pretty terrible, but everyone can validate that. Fake friendships, toxic relationships, terrible acts. We've kind of covered the board when it comes to the darker side. And we just all need to understand that there is the chance out there to help yourself, but understand that no matter how bad it really gets, I know that that's setting up a limit for you to kind of do whatever you want, but you really need to take some time and check up on yourself, because then you can actually see what's going on and help fix yourself. So, moving from there, I would like to thank our sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends and War Thunder, and our two guests on the podcast, Coffee Creamer and Stealth Slayer / Joseph.
Don't. You gotta stop saying my name, man.
For being here tonight. And it's about time to sign off. It looks like we've been there and we've done that. Good night, everybody.